Welcome back. Welcome back. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Kim Brown Barber, better known as Dr. Kim. And I'm here with Journey, not Journey to Become. Well, I am here with Journey to Becoming, but this is Real Talk. And I'm the CEO and founder of Journey to Becoming. But we are here with Real Talk. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are so glad that you could join us again. And if you like what you've been hearing before and all of our different topics, please subscribe because you can hear more on the different topics that we're doing. We're having some really great conversations. This is a great platform. It's a platform for women, so we can be able to come together and have discussions about what concerns us and the different things that impact us and just everything that's on our mind to help the world to be a better place. Okay. So today we are very happy to have our panelists. I have my co-host that would be joining us, maybe coming on later, but she's traveling, so she may not make it in time. But we're going to continue to keep on going. So our panelists will introduce themselves. I'm going to start with Dr. Kathy Draper Rodriguez. Welcome, Kathy.
Hi, Dr. Barber. It's so nice to be here. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Dr. Kathy Draper Rodriguez. I'm a faculty member of school psychology professor at Cal State Monterey Bay. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. All right, Dr. Norma Romero.
Hello. I am number one. Thank you for inviting me. And I am thrilled to be on a panel with clearly, beauty and brains right here, right? I was talking about you ladies, talking about you, my observation. So I am Dr. Norma Romero. I am coming to you from my office at Loyola Marymount University in beautiful Los Angeles, where I am the director of two TRIO programs, Upward Bound and Upward Bound Math and Science. So all about educational equity and empowering women. Mm-hmm. So thank you, Dr. Kim.
Well, welcome. So as you can see, and I didn't plan it this way, guys. I want everybody out there because I know you're looking at all this live, and the ones who are going to listen to this on radio later. I didn't plan to have all doctors on the program today. It just happened. Okay, that's why she's talking about the beauty and the brains coming together. So I love it. We're going to have a good time. Our topic today, we always pick a topic. They have no idea of the questions I'm going to ask them. You know how it works. They just know the topic. So we have a good time with that. So the topic is, do clothes make the woman? Do clothes make the woman? And I need you to be thinking, who would your top 5 best dressed women be in the nation? Not the world. I was going to say the world. I said, no, that's too much. We're going to say the nation. The nation. That's enough, right? Okay, and then you guys can tell us too. So you can be thinking about your top 5 and type it in. I'll share it with everybody. But think about your top 5 best dressed women. But right now we're going to talk about, do clothes make the woman? Okay. So I'm going to first ask Dr. Romero, do clothes make the woman?
I have to say a resounding no.
Okay. Now I need to find out why you're saying no.
Because I think that historically, women have been very much defined by the exterior, how we look, what we wear, our size or shape, the color of our skin, and not just in terms of ethnicity, but even, colorism. And I know we're supposed to keep it light, but I have a hard time keeping it light. I'll keep it light.
We tell her do a deep dive. No, it's
because
okay.
This is real. We're talking real.
It's all good. It's why it's called Real Talk.
Exactly. And then the other thing is, I have all sorts of thoughts about this. I didn't even realize I had.
See, this is what I love about it.
But the other thing is that not everybody has the same access to certain clothes. And so I'd have
very good point.
I'd have to say no. I think the question is, do clothes make the woman? The woman? I think that the women make the clothes.
Oh, okay. See, we have something on our thing we call a mic drop. have the mic drop on the Real Talk Show, and that was definitely a mic drop. No, she said the women make the clothes. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Dr. Draper Rodriguez.
Well, that's a tough
What do
act
you
to
say?
follow. I agree with everything Dr. Romero just shared. Where I struggle with it is a little bit is it absolutely they should not. They should not. But I feel like that we are still judged by what we
There
look
we
like.
go.
What we look like. Getting my roots done so people don't think I'm too old to be doing what I'm doing. I don't think that our appearance should matter, but it
Right.
100% matters
But does
more
it
with
matter?
women. Yes, I
Right.
think
And
it
that's the
does.
question. Does it matter? Not should
Yeah.
it matter, but does it matter?
Mhm.
Right. See, that's
Mhm.
why it's a deeper question than what people would think. Like people think and say, oh, that's a really fluffy question. It's like, not really. It's a lot deeper than what the question seems to be, because you're saying, do clothes make the woman? Not should they? Because Dr. Romero brought out a very good point that they should not, because of access, that which is a very good point, dealing with equity and also the point that women make the clothes, meaning we're more than the sum of our parts, right? And then Dr. Draper Rodriguez also brings it about with the reality of what is out there, even though it shouldn't be, is that unfortunately it has been. And according to Forbes article, see, I always have to do the research on this, even though that's the education part of us, right? That we always have to bring it out. But according to like Forbes, they said that according to the answers that they received, that more women were received with power. Perceived is the key there. Perceived. Didn't mean they had it. They were perceived to have more power if they were dressed better and had more confidence, because it showed that when they were dressed better, they showed more confidence, which showed them to be perceived as being powerful or having more power. And that's what Forbes said. And that was back in 2019. So it's kind of interesting to hear from a business, perspective of how we've been perceived. And that's the case. And that's kind of like what we've been talking about and hearing both the different views of Dr. Rodriguez and Dr. Romero, because both perspectives are correct. That's the thing about it. That's the scary part. Is both perspectives are correct, because it's like what is actually happening and what should be happening, right? Two different things.
Right.
So
wait, can I ask a question though?
Yes, of course.
Am I allowed to ask questions?
Yes.
So what's really fascinating about what you just shared about it being in 2019, because as I was thinking about joining you this afternoon, I was wondering about the impact of COVID on it, because is that changed? Are women able to be more themselves through a video screen than we are in a conference room?
I think that's a really valid question. And of course, I don't know, because Forbes has not come up with anything since 2019. So I mean, I'm assuming because of COVID, they haven't addressed that again. And I didn't see it anywhere else. I was looking at other places because Vogue had some things, but a lot of things that Vogue had was specifically dealing with models. So I was like, we're not dealing with that. We need to deal with the real woman, and not discounting you models. I'm not, because I already know this is live streaming. I don't want you guys writing me. Not discounting you as models, saying you're not real women. You are real women, but I'm talking about the size. This is one thing that we're getting better with. I believe it. Rihanna has a line out that has dealing with better the sizes, where they're all different sizes, all different colors. She's being more diverse. And more equitable in her and who she's choosing to be models to represent the whole woman, to represent all women. And I think she should be applauded, because that's what we want to see. And that's what I mean. Not saying that models aren't real women, but I'm saying we need to see more models representing all women, right? And Rihanna is doing that. And I'm sure there are other people too, but I did read about hers when I was researching about this. So in saying all of that,
and then we're just going to jump in here. I have another thought. That's what happens when you get all these, women.
Oh my goodness.
but the idea of the power and the dressing, and if people dress well, I think that's the other piece that I've had this conversation with people who will talk about, like, oh, you would look good in this, or and they're looking at maybe
Got somebody
the
comment.
size or the whatever, but that whole confidence piece.
Mhm.
I'm not a size 3. I'm
Right.
not even a single digit. And I'm, above 50. And so what dressing well for me might mean would be something that fits me well, that
Right.
is age appropriate. And it could be something that I picked up at a consignment store,
Of course.
but I feel cute. And so
Right.
there's the confidence and there's the
Of
power.
course.
And so a lot of it also has to do with just,
How it makes you
how
feel.
you wear it. And right. How
Yes.
it makes you feel.
And I think that's what they're alluding to, even though they don't say it specifically. I think they're alluding to that because they talk about the confidence being connected to being dressed better. Okay, and that's how they put it, dressed better. But they have confidence connected to it. And I think that's where it comes from, is just, how does it make you feel? But but the thing about, for women, especially women in the working forces, right? Especially if you're in the business world, education world, whatever, but in the working force. I mean, can you embrace your own style? And what does it mean? And by embracing your own style, do you have to conform to the business world? You know what I'm saying? To the business dress. So, when you have people that are walking in, this is real talk. Right. So when people are walking into, certain sectors, let's say if you're going into for an attorney's job, or you're going for a professor's job, you're going for an administrator's job, you're going for a, whatever type of job where they would assume for you to be dressed a certain way. Can you embrace your own style and still go walk into that business world without conforming, or how does that happen? I'm going to start with you first, Dr. Draper Rodriguez.
I think it depends on a lot of things. I think initially my gut would say no. Initially, so I'm an academic coming in as an assistant professor. I didn't feel that I could do what I wanted to do. I used to have rules that again, upon reflection, I think I got from my mother. Like, I never ever taught in jeans. My mom was an elementary special ed teacher, and she, even when she was being trained, had to wear dresses, right, in her university program. So, but now that I've moved through and, I've got tenure and I have a little bit more security, now I do that. But when I felt like I didn't have the power, I didn't have I felt like my job was, more at the whim of other people, then I didn't feel like I could, I had to conform. You wear a suit to teach, you wear a blazer to teach. But now I'll wear jeans. I wear a blazer, and a t-shirt underneath. Yeah.
See, this is the real talk that's coming up. Okay, I'm hearing that. I'm getting comments saying yes. I'm just trying to interject some of these people so I understand that I see you. Okay, they're saying yes. It shouldn't be that you have certain standards going in. They should be looking at my resume coming in instead of my standards coming in. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then for an academic, the other piece is we are all academics, but different. I'm not faculty. And so I feel like there is no point at which I can kind of let my guard down.
Okay, talk to us about that a little bit.
Because I think, unfortunately, people make us out to be, right, pitted against, the administrators, the faculty, and the faculty have a lot more privileges than staff. And so I think there's on a lot of, I've only worked on college campuses, and I've seen faculty show up in, jeans and whatnot. And it's like, if I did that, I know that I could, but it would be frowned upon in a different way. So, so even there's that hierarchy within the system.
Yep. Wow. Right. Right.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm hearing this. This is such great conversation. I keep telling people, they think clothes and fashion. Oh, such a fluffy and cute subject. I'm like, it's deeper than that. And because you're hearing even just us scratching the surface right now.
Right.
I mean, what they just even talked about, everybody out there, all the community guys and girls. So, because I know we have ladies and gentlemen, they are talking about a lot of both worlds. They're talking about that there are different expectations in both of the worlds, and they're both in education. They're both in education, and one said, yeah, one has a little bit more flexibility than the other because I could come in jeans, but they would look, and that's true, because same for me, I could come in jeans and they would, and I'm an administrator, they would definitely look at me like, so are you not working today? You just came in to pick up some things and, go back home? Yeah, definitely. So yes, I hear what we're talking about, and I hear what you're saying out there. We shouldn't have to feel that way. We should be able to feel that we can come and as long as we do a great job, that it's okay to dress any kind of way, but that's not, or dress. I won't say dress any kind of way, but dress to embrace our own style, because there is a difference between dressing your own way and being dressed professionally. Because you know what I mean? So because I want for our young audience to understand that, you can still embrace your own style, but you can still come dressed to impress for the job that you're trying to get. Because if you're trying to get that job, you can't come saying, well, I can just do whatever I want. You have to know the game. And yeah, I know it's a game, but that's the game you got to play until you get to the place where you can be able to have a little bit more flexibility and being able to change the game, right?
Yeah, and I would say, I was just going to add that it's an interesting dynamic for us as professionals, and I'd be interested to hear Dr. Romero and Dr. Barber's thoughts on this, because initially, I would dress very professionally in a suit to teach and that kind of thing, and then as I learned working where I work, that could actually impact my students wanting to come up and engage with me. It was almost like now I'm putting on that I'm a professor. You're here to listen to me. I'm the expert in the sage on the stage situation, versus when I'm addressed still professionally, but dressed down a little bit more. Is that more welcoming for my students to want to come and engage with me? Do they feel like I'm there to support them versus wearing a suit, which is maybe not as, someone they wanted to engage with? I don't know.
Ooh, I have so many thoughts about that.
Oh, good.
I know, and everything is really, and look, we only have 6 minutes left. I told you it's close.
You are right.
Quickly, because we're talking about equity and experiences, and for some students, that connotes not only power in terms of a professor, but power and privilege and social economic differences.
Yes.
If you grew up in a household where your parents are blue collar workers and they go to work in uniforms, they're not used to seeing suits. If your mother is a banker, then that's just mom, and she's wearing a suit, and so that there's already that kind of power dynamic there. Yeah,
exactly. But you see that it is and you just said it yourself, Dr. Romero, there is a power dynamic in the clothes. Even though we don't want to say it shouldn't be it, but there is a power dynamic in the clothes. Because I remember somebody, actually, this is the way they did it. They actually were a speaker. And some of you may know the one I'm talking about. And they literally came dressed down. I mean, real down. Okay, like jeans in a baggy jeans, a baggy shirt, and they were just talking amongst the people who were going to, be there with them. And nobody expected this person to be the speaker because they weren't dressed in an actual suit or dress. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, when they took the stage, everybody was like. And this person was totally intelligent. I mean, it had nothing to do with their intelligence, but it goes to show us how we in our world we equate what people have on and what they're wearing with some sort of power or confidence. You and Dr. Romero, you just said that. Now I know we only got 3 minutes. Okay. All right. So I said the top 5. I told you this goes so fast.
This is so hard.
Yes.
Top 5. I need to hear it from everybody. And I'll share other people's, but let's get the top 5 for our 2 guests. Because we may not have time to share yours, but please go ahead and send it in.
I can't think. The first person that comes to mind is my sister, because we were born on the same day, different year. Michelle Obama.
That's who I was going to say. You stole my answer.
She stole my answer too.
Approachable,
so that's definitely one all the way across the board.
You know, when she was in the garden, she was in the garden. She still looked put together.
Yes.
So it was someone who was like, she could read the room.
Yes.
And again, you know, we can't get away from the politics. This is a Black woman who could not, no matter what she did, she did not have the same luxury as somebody else to not be as put together as she always was. So pressure, grace under pressure.
And that's what we're talking about to you know, in general, to everybody, especially for our young sisters. That you have to be able to read the room and know where you're trying to get to. Not to say that you're conforming and changing anything, because it still was her style. It still was her. Because people took, you know, different points for hers. It's just that she was not allowed to show herself in a relaxed mode. If she wanted to just put on jeans and a t-shirt and go and work in the garden, she couldn't do it that way. She had to still have a put together look. Okay.
And now she is sporting those beautiful curls. Yes.
Oh yeah. Dr. Draper Rodriguez, give us.
She stole my answer.
Okay,
that was
my we had a top 5.
You told me I couldn't do research.
She said okay.
Right.
I'm gonna say Jennifer Aniston.
Oh yeah.
Jennifer Aniston from Friends. I'm sure everybody knows her from other movies, but she's very well known for Friends. Take a look at her. Take a look at her portfolio. Jennifer Aniston has a very pulled together look, very clean and very polished type of look. I like Jennifer Aniston's look. I was looking at it, and I think InStyle even named her as one of the top 50, I think, in the US.
Oh, okay.
I have to go with another Jennifer because I really hope that she's listening, and I want her to be my best friend. Jennifer Garner.
I'm sure you'll be best friends now.
When she shows up to something, she is done.
Yes.
And then when she is just herself, she is herself. She just seems like so authentic. But see, I think that's what comes through. That what comes through as best dressed is someone who just embraces who they are.
And I think that goes for everybody. I think that that you know, if you can carry that look and be authentic and to your true self, it does come off very gracious and very beautiful. Okay, let's do one more. We have time for one more really quick.
But mine's not alive anymore. Jackie Kennedy.
Oh yeah. Now that's a no-brainer too.
Yeah.
To me, that's like the Michelle Obama.
That's a classic.
You know, like classy women who just have it together.
Audrey Hepburn.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Now we're going down. Look, now we're going back down memory lane.
So
right,
guys, who are those people?
I told
right,
you.
exactly.
We're gonna carry this conversation a little deeper next time.
Okay.
I tell you what, guys, will you come back? Ladies, will you come back?
Sure.
I would love to.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right, so they're going to come back. We're going to try to continue the conversation because I know we didn't get a time to even get to our 2 more questions because it's deeper. It's a deeper dive than what we think it is. And we learned that today. So thank you, panelists, Dr. Kathy Draper Rodriguez, Dr. Norma Romero, for being with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Barbara. It was a lot of fun. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. I am Dr. Kim. Make sure you subscribe. You want to hear more about what we're talking about. You want to hear the next side of this. And you can get your top 5 in the next time too. We're going to still be talking about that. We'll see you next time. And thank you for joining us. Subscribe. See you later.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.